guys, welcome to Tango's TikToks. Let's get to it.
Quem é você? Quem é você? O que você está fazendo aqui?
Emily Carter disappeared in the Appalachian Mountains on September 23, 2005. She was 24 years old, worked as a nurse in a small hospital in Richmond, and had planned to spend the weekend hiking alone on the Blue Ridge Trail. 5 years later, hunters found her remains under the roots of a century-old oak tree, 20 miles from the last place she was seen alive. Emily grew up in a family of avid hikers. Her father, John Carter, worked as a rock climbing instructor for many years, and her mother, Susan, taught biology at a high school and regularly took her students on nature expeditions. The family spent every weekend in the mountains, and by the age of 18, Emily knew the Appalachians better than most local guides. After graduating from college, she moved to Richmond but continued to return to the mountains every month. In September 2005, Emily was working in the intensive care unit. Her colleagues remember that she looked tired after a series of difficult shifts. On Wednesday, September 21st, she took 2 days off and told her friend Rachel Thomas that she was going hiking. Emily did not specify the exact route, saying only that she planned to follow a familiar trail in the Sky Meadows Pass area. On the morning of September 22nd, Emily loaded her backpack into her red Honda Civic and left Richmond at 7 a.m. Gas station cameras recorded her car at 9:40 a.m. in the town of Front Royal. She filled up her tank, bought a bottle of water, and an energy bar. Cashier Mark Davis remembers her because Emily asked about the weather conditions in the mountains and bought extra batteries for her flashlight. At 10:30 a.m., Emily parked her car in the parking lot at the start of Trail Number 4, which leads to the Stony Man Overlook. The visitor logbook contains her entry, indicating a planned return on Sunday, September 25th. Next to her signature is the time, 10:45 a.m., and a note that she is hiking alone. Trail Number 4 is considered a moderately difficult route. The climb to the lookout point takes about 3 hours, and the descent back down takes about 2.5 hours. The total length of the route is 8.5 miles. In September 2005, the weather was changeable, with frequent rain in the afternoon and fog in the morning. Emily was last seen by hiker David Riggs at 2 p.m. on September 23rd. He was hiking the trail with his wife Carol when he encountered Emily about a mile from the lookout. Riggs recalls that she was descending and appeared calm. She was wearing a dark blue jacket, jeans, and brown hiking boots. She had a medium-sized gray backpack on her back. They exchanged greetings and went their separate ways. When Emily didn't show up for work on Monday, September 26th, her boss, Barbara Cole, contacted Rachel Thomas. Rachel said Emily was supposed to return from her hike the night before, but she wasn't answering her phone. Barbara tried to call Emily's parents in North Carolina, but they were away. Rachel went to Emily's house on Tuesday morning. There was no car in the driveway, the mailbox was full, and the neighbors said they hadn't seen anyone since the weekend. Rachel contacted the Richmond police, but they initially refused to file a missing person report, citing that less than 48 hours had passed. It was not until Wednesday, September 28th, that the police began their search. Officer James Wilson contacted the Shenandoah National Park Service. Ranger Michael Stone found Emily's car in the parking lot at Trail Number 4. The car was locked with sunglasses, several CDs, and an empty water bottle on the front seat.
So she went, experienced hiker, she went hiking, disappeared. They found her not her remains, but all her personal stuff. Oof. That, I don't know why. But hiking, I mean, all right, it's different to going for a walk in the mountains. I'll tell you that. Hiking, we're talking about, I don't know, many, like 30, 40, 50, 60 miles, kilometers. just where you think you're not going to see anybody. It's just like, I don't know, that's freaky. I remember going walking not too far from where I lived, up in the mountains, and I saw this grave, and it turned out to be a young lady that had got murdered by her boyfriend's family because they didn't want her with their son. It was one of those crazy stories, gangster stories here where I live. Anyway, let's
also, thank you for whoever sent me these nice lightning pillows, but I'm gonna go ahead and make the executive decision that I'm gonna need an actual pillow. I thought these would be cool to use, but I can hear planes out of this window right here.
That just really just shit myself this then. I tell you what, ever since those found footage movies started coming out, what was the very first one? The very first one was Blair Witch Project. These people be doing some stupid shit.
He
better not open that door. This guy had one of the creepiest supernatural
She just wants some drugs.
experiences ever, and he caught everything on his phone camera. His video quickly went viral. He said he was about an hour away from home while his wife was peacefully sleeping there. He stopped at a local gas station and suddenly his wife appeared right in front of his car. She started banging on the window, aggressively asking him to let her in. But what happened next is terrifying. He called his wife to ask what was going on, and she answered the phone. She was at home, sleeping. So who was that standing outside the car? The figure just stared at him, not saying a single word, trying to open the door with all her strength. He grabbed his phone and started filming just to prove to himself he wasn't losing his mind. The video clearly shows a woman with his wife's face, but it's not her. It lasted only 20 seconds before he drove away in panic. Later, when he showed the footage to his real wife, she was terrified. She had no idea what that thing could be. But I do. It was a doppelganger, an evil double of a living person. If you want me to post more stories about doppelgangers, write in the comments and don't forget to subscribe because the next one will be even darker. See you next time.
So, what, a evil doppelganger like my evil twin Hans from Friends? That was freaky if it did happen. That would have scared the hell out of me. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what you want to watch. Maybe you want to watch something different. Maybe you want to watch some comedy or something. Let me know. Leave a comment down below. Leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you next time. Bye.